All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we go. Game number 3. This is it. It's only just appropriate that it comes down to this. As a fan, as a spectator, and can appreciate coming down to one game to determine with so much on the line, that being the spot to the PGL Bucharest Minor, representing the North America region. compLexity versus Team tied at 1 game apiece. It all comes down to this game number 3. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by Elevata once again. Again, this is it. compLexity in the previous series, they also dropped the first game, only to win the next 2. Is that going to be the trend here? Or will Team show back up
10 seconds
and take it here in game 3? All right, those are the questions. We're waiting for some answers now. We do have an answer on a first pick hero, and that's the Spirit Breaker coming out for compLexity even. So this is tough for Team because it's like, do they pick a Darkseer now without that combo?
Yeah, let's get after it here. Final game of this qualifier for the native region, and compLexity goes back to one of their most comfortable heroes, the Z-Freak Spirit Breaker. They love this hero. Definitely are going to look to pair it with the Death Darkseer. Just be a matter of whether Team gives that over to them or not.
And yeah, allowing them to first pick the Spirit Breaker, like I was talking, it's, you really don't want to, I mean, picking up kind of a naked Darkseer, I suppose they did the last game, but we saw really, it's okay. I mean, it's not like bad, but I don't think he's higher up there on that tier list when he's not paired with a hero like a Spirit Breaker, you know, maybe a Phantom Assassin, I suppose, that hero that could just really get in there quickly
5 seconds remaining
and do work. So they're no doubt thinking about that right now as they settle with the Terrorblade. That's not surprising. But do they go the Darkseer, or do they just give it up and go something else? Because, you know, if they don't pick it here, it's 100% going to be a Darkseer for compLexity.
Yeah, and got to give a little credit to 343 there. I think that the Mana Drain was actually pretty impactful because it looked like it was going to be a high-pressure lane with the Earth Spirit and the Darkseer together, but then Darkseer just kept running out of mana and couldn't do the Ion Shell.
Well, they do go the Darkseer, so now are they going to go back to that strategy? As you're mentioning with the line, or dare I say Chen coming out. We've already talked about how that works and what could be from it. But for now, I'm not sure where compLexity is going to go.
5 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
I'm not sure either.
now we're just lost. Well, so much for that combo.
I mean, I assume they probably pick up one of these high-impact carries. PA still in the pool.
I was going to say, let me guess. Phantom Assassin. Yay. Arc Warden. I don't know if Miracle necessarily plays Arc Warden, though, himself.
Phantom Assassin.
Surprise, surprise.
Okay. We thought we were away from this whole, like, Stalemate as far as cores go, and ladies and gentlemen, we're not. We're not.
Nope.
Terrorblade PA is very real right now.
Yeah, no Grimstroke available. Lich is still in the definitely one of the teams.
10 seconds remaining.
Almost 100%.
5 seconds remaining.
I mean, something to combo with the Darkseer, I think, in team fights a little bit better than they had last game, where it was just kind of like Darkseer. I mean, they had the Chain Frost, but it's not the best. There's just too many targets when you bring everybody into the wall.
Dire team ban.
Yeah.
Radiant team ban.
And they did have the Earth Spirit pairing last game, too. That was last game, right? It's been a long day already, but yes, that was last game.
Yes.
To go with the Darkseer again, specifically in the laning phase, but that goes back to that whole Lion and the mana drain that he was doing from the early game, so. Yeah, on paper, it's there as far as the harassment, but yeah, you're right. When it comes to team fight, could use a big follow-up. Earthshaker, Sand King, 2 heroes that maybe come to mind. Something like a Jakiro. Jakiro could be fun. Macropyre on top of that, and Dual Breath and everything else. The Ice Path, you got a Phantom Assassin who's susceptible to magic damage before BKB.
I would be amazed if they picked a Jakiro here.
I
don't necessarily think it's a bad hero, but it's not been prioritized whatsoever so far.
Hey, after last series, that final game, who knows?
DPC points on the line. They're going to go with thus far to get them here.
Yeah. And that's definitely a hero that follows up nicely with the Darkseer. Granted, it's going to be a support, isn't it? It's support Sand King, not the off lane. So not as much farm, but and we'll probably lane with the Darkseer. And a similar idea, of course, you throw the Iron Shell at him. And you know, hell, he can hide in that sandstorm with the Iron Shell. That also sounds extra annoying.
Or IX Mike, former off-lane pub star, will he be playing the Darkseer support?
Wait, pub star? You mean TI competitor?
I mean, Team Liquid standout IX Mike.
Man with the mustache. I wasn't listening to what you're saying. What did you say about what do you? I was caught up on the name.
I don't think he's going to be playing the Darkseer support.
Oh yeah, probably not. But yeah, I mean that's a valid point though. Again, has history of playing these offlane heroes, so could be comfortable playing him in a support role if it comes to it. I don't, maybe because it was more of a takeaway pick than an actual pick that they really wanted, right? Like that's fair to say.
Yeah, what was it? Offer as a support, really? I mean, the Surge is nice, I guess.
Yeah.
There's that Lion pick.
Yep.
Worked out pretty well from the last game.
Radiant team pick.
The Bane. Mid Bane. No, I'm just kidding.
No, Bane.
But yeah, likely Sand King support.
Mm-hmm.
Bane support, Darkseer off. Just need Roya's hero. It's another tough one. Ember Spirit looks pretty bad against the Spirit Breaker Lion.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Pugna doesn't look great. Look at these. Let me look at these mid heroes people are picking.
Well, they still need the offlane for complexity. I'm focused on that right now. Centaur is there. Let's go with Baden. You mentioned that earlier. Shield wouldn't be bad this game.
Yeah, Photic Shield, always good. Especially against a hero like Bane.
Yeah, they do not have much time. They're really down to 10 seconds now. So,
and random. They're letting Jesus take the wheel.
I hope not. Oh, no. Yeah, I'm with you there. That's after that first game. I mean, several factors came into play, yes, but it's still a walking ultimate, essentially. When it's used, they have a window.
10 seconds remaining.
But they like the Tidehunter, frontliner.
5 seconds.
Pretty ulti reliant on team as well.
That's fair. So ideally,
and Tidehunter's a good combo breaker against the likes of Sand King, Darkseer, and Bane.
Yeah. I mean, the lockdown, and I will say this too, the lockdown around Tidehunter's Ravage is much better too. You got a Lion, of course, very good himself, Spirit Breaker even to an extent. So yeah, let's not. The first game maybe was a bit of an exaggeration as far as how bad it looked.
It was just a Rubik offering lockdown as well, and that's not even a very strong laner. In this case, you have Spirit Breaker and Tide, much more beef, much more aggression in that off lane. Lion providing twice as much lockdown as the Rubik does. And then the stuns from Spirit Breaker as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely combos better with the heroes that they have.
Radiant team pick.
Oh, they banned the Broodmother.
It's a good call.
Yeah. It would have been pretty good right now.
Although you just put Tide against Brood. It doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah, true.
What if we see like a Zeus or something like that from Roya here?
I mean, sure. Yeah, have your magic. Never a bad thing to have against Terrorblade, of course. They
5
ban the
seconds
Pugna.
remaining.
I could see it.
Dire team pick.
Tinker.
Tinker also does a lot of magic damage and very good against Terrorblade.
Classic hero against Terrorblade. They don't have very many tools to find this hero. Storm Spirit still in the pool, but not the greatest Storm game against Lion and Spirit Breaker.
Ember was banned, so yeah, they can't go him either.
5
Another
seconds
good hero that's
remaining.
good at hunting him down, maybe like an Invoker. Could catch him. Monkey King, but not that great against PA.
Kunkka, maybe?
Yeah. I like it. Let's get it.
More team fight. Pretty good against PA. Doesn't really care about Spirit Breaker charging mid. The Rum, very good against the team fight, and Tinker as well.
I'm sold. Pick it up. Let's go. Kunkka. Good hero to finish it. Setting up for a good final game here.
Lone Druid's also in the pool.
No, it's awful.
You may now select your heroes.
OD.
The Outworld Devourer.
Save against Spirit Breaker and PA jumping in, so the imprisonment will be pretty good. Not the answer to really catch Tinker, though, necessarily.
No, but he can definitely bully Tinker early on with the Astral.
So the landing phase, yeah.
It's a hero that has pretty high natural, so decent against PA early on at least. And pure damage can cut through Tide. Sanity's on top of the wall as well is pretty dirty.
Terrorblade versus Phantom Assassin. Coming at you. Oh, we got Limp Tinker, though. Hero that another one that's not necessarily, it's not on that tiny or TA list, but we know, of course, he plays. Yeah, Royo's OD. We have not got the chance to see much OD in the event. You know, there are some opinions that suggest one that's people are realizing the power of the hero a little bit more. Equilibrium.
I think that the ability to farm waves with your pretty big deal. Used to be you hit, Astral, hit, and now it's how you farm waves. Now you just arcane over them like twice. It's a little bit more efficient.
Yeah, a little different. Here we go. 3 best of 3s. compLexity. It was a 2-0 series for the first one, but this is their 8th game in a row. And again, they're going one after the other. There really isn't many breaks even between the series. But compLexity coming down to the final game at least, give themselves the best chance here to go to the minor. Obviously team though. Hoping to say something about that. And here we are now. We got the Tinker for Limp. Gets his ward down immediately. Did place his ward first. However, his ward, I don't think it even spotted OD, to be honest. So.
Nope. He was out of vision when he placed his.
Will be down early on, at least for now, pending, again, we see a lot of these mid wards, though, so still wouldn't be surprised to see an eventual sentry come out and take care of it. In fact, Lion has a sentry on himself.
30 seconds to battle.
As does Z-Freak on the Spirit Breaker.
Got the Lion being drawn around the middle area.
And Team looking to get aggressive with Sammy Boy in the off lane on Terrorblade so far. Pairing him up with the Bane and the Sand King. That's a lot of kill potential early on. PA, a little bit harder target, but Lion definitely susceptible to getting gone on early.
All right, so again, the trial lane down here. Sand King gonna hide in the trees. Right now it's just 3 for 3. It looks like compLexity is rotating a bit. Tidehunter, he's coming bottom. Merkel's going to the top, so clearly compLexity got some kind of information. See what's going on.
Brax playing in the safe lane at the moment, maybe anticipating the switch. It's a little nice for Z-Freak. He gets level 2 pretty early. Almost. Or a little experience anyway.
Nusham. It's a level 1 Burrow Strikes. Again, not the greatest range, but if Lion goes a little bit further to the right, then he's in trouble. Especially with that Earth Spike, but no, he's not going to move over there. It's almost like he's suspicious. Somebody might be there.
And this will be interesting to see. We haven't seen the Sand King played anything other offlaner. So, see how he skills this one.
Yeah, again, to go on the Burrow Strike first, already different, but of course understandable as a support. Oh, 3-4-3 is trying to snipe the courier going back, but now he's in a dangerous spot. He's going to be run down, but he'll be fine. Too far away. Be worth chasing. Going back on a Tide. Anchor Smash has been leveled by him. Again, similar to the first game, he picks up a Stout Shield, so no Kraken Shell presence early on.
Yeah, but no meta. Just getting some last hits. Goes Gush. Is level 2. And 3-4-3 rotating in. Ix might gonna take a bunch of damage here, but should be fine.
Middle lane OD versus Tinker. 9-2 Tinker right now. 6-2 OD. Gets 7-2 with the Astral Imprisonment kill. Top lane, he got the double Iron Shell out from Brax. Of course, he's solo up here. Trying to charge in and trying to deal with this Iron Shell, but Brax says, come at me, bro.
Yeah, Miracle's still CSing very well, though.
Yeah, 11-0.
Top of the charts at the moment. Misses one under tower. Gets the other one.
Bottom again. But yeah, without the meta, I don't think they're actually threatening a kill. On a Tide Hunter especially.
Regen rune bottom. Nobody spots it out. No wards down there.
So you expect Sand King to just stay down here? I honestly thought it was going to be more of the first blood, but this is an aggressive Trilon in the end. I think Darkseer do his thing top lane.
Yeah, I mean, Darkseer doesn't need any help in this lane, and Sand King plus Bane and Terrorblade have kill potential in play. Going to be somewhat under-leveled then for the three of them, but they'll take that trade and probably rotate Sammy Boy up to the top lane once Brax gets off to a good start.
Caught that Bane falling right as he was just about to go down. It looks like Tidehunter just happened to catch him and run him down with that Gush. And the Anchor Smash. So first blood does come out for compLexity. I was watching the rotation mid, but doesn't really end up in much. Spearbreaker heading back towards the top lane, but Brax already running away. I think this ward might have spotted that charge, so gives him the information necessary. He's going to purchase that Soul Ring, of course, and much more efficient use of the Ion Shells. Lion at the bottom lane. Just going to be slept up. Nusham choosing not to stun in. I'm curious about that, actually, but yeah, figured they didn't have enough damage.
He's looking to just get some last hits instead.
Death running over and being an issue too. Ooh, yeah, that's a level 1 Burrow Strike, man. It's such a short range, and Nusham might be dead because of this.
3 says, mine's bigger.
Sarah Spike is a little longer, yes. Thanks, Mike. Nice turn with the stick. And he'll be good. Just simply keeps on walking. So yeah, Sand King put himself in that position. Nusham wishes he had a second chance of that one. Does suffer the death, though. Going back to the middle matchup, 20-4 OD versus a 22-7 Tinker, so Limp is managing the slight lead when it comes to CS right now. It's 5-minute bounty rune spawn.
Mike snipes it. He's going to grab the second one.
They get all 4? They did.
They did.
Wow. Impressive there. Spearbreaker even TP's out, but very impressive from Team. All 4 5-minute bounty runes in their favor. Slight advantage from that. Yeah, we already see OD go on the Tranquil boots, by the way, too. Again, we talked about that when we saw CC and C doing it. Gave his logic. The health regen especially seemed like it was the biggest thing.
Denied.
Yeah, it seems to be the popular way to play the hero. Figure eventually into that Yashikaya, get back speed that as well.
And you see right there too how he's so good against Spirit Breaker. Astral Imprisonment. Stops him in his place. Sand King is going to find Spirit Breaker, but don't know much he's going to be able to do about it. Sand King does have 2 Observer wards in his inventory. He'll be on a mission to get those down eventually. Z-Freak also with 2 wards. They're both trying to be deceptive against one another.
Illusion.
The Dire team essentially is letting Phantom Assassin free farm this top lane, though. I know it's still early on, but you figure Bane and Sand King might want to look to address that in the near future.
Yeah, he's already level 6. This is very early for Miracle.
They clash down here. No kills, though.
Constant brawling. They are doing a good job of letting Sammy Boy get solo experience, but at the same time, supports on both sides are actually quite underleveled, as would be expected from a tri-lane.
Terrorblade, yeah, 38-19 deny, so CS very impressive as well. Tinker's going to head over to the jungle and pop a shrine over here. Get some march down perhaps for the jungle camps. Fortunately, we got some mud golems. Not the most prime.
Yeah, Nusham's still looking to find a purpose in this. Like, gonna head to the top lane, and they're gonna bring Brax down to the bottom lane. Nusham gonna take over and try and catch up in levels. Very important that he gets some more levels in the Burrow Strike and Sandstorm. Both extremely strong abilities, and he needs some farm to get towards that Blink Dagger as well.
Brax is bottom. Darkseer, surge up in 1 second. He's going to activate it right here. They're running after Death. He is not level 6. Yes, an over average, but yeah, they're going way too deep for this, just for the Tide Hunter. It still has plenty of life.
Miracle's here.
Miracle coming in as well. Z-Freak also charging, and all 5 heroes are here now, and all of a sudden Terrorblade's one in trouble. Laser on him. He's definitely dead, it looks like. Rocket, no, not just
Sunder?
yet. Yeah, the Sunder comes out, so never mind. Like, definitely, I mean, not really. Brax, can he get out? Surge in 1. He'll be able to pop it, and after all of that, nobody ends up dying even, so I guess not the worst thing ever.
Space-making Terrorblade.
Yeah. That's and everyone was over complexity, and you still had Nusham ended up going to the top. OD, of course, farming middle, so I think Team maybe not too disappointed with how that turned out.
Yeah, definitely. And Roya picks up a haste rune. Just gonna go farm in the jungle, however.
Ravages ready now. Might come into play here, and although not needed against Bane. Get the free kill on him, so 3-0 start for complexity now. Almost 9 minutes into this game, still no kills for Team.
Is under attack.
A very awkward laning stage, I would say, from both teams. Just lots of fighting, but no real kills in the bottom lane, and now you have this over-leveled PA, under-leveled supports. Limp, though, farming quite well. Gonna have the boost of travel and another 600 gold.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and then you have Tinker. Mention he's boss coming along nicely, and of course then the blink after that. That's where Tinker really becomes the hero that he wants to be. Death is just gonna body out Sand King at the top. Support Sand King technically. Darkseer pulling the creep wave. And smoke play from Team. Got the question mark into the Radiant jungle. We are at the 10-minute bounty rune's about to spawn. They're trying to wrap around here. Yeah, Miracle. He's too quick to react, however. I don't think he realized how everyone was here. He just went to go farm. And he goes down. So that smoke play works out beautiful. Team.
Bottom tower is under attack.
The first kill of the game at 10 minutes, but they'll take it.
Yeah, it's going to transition into a tower push. 343 is here. He does not have enough mana to get rid of the illusion with Hex.
Terrorblade. Of course, now with the March starting to spam out and rockets online for Tinker. It's not so easy, so they will have to give up the push attempt despite 4 heroes being here for Team. The top lane I'm watching OD with a double damage rune. Is that a kill? It is. Ends up killing Tidehunter by himself. This OD is starting to go off, right? Oh, yeah, he's almost 5,000 net worth now. Topping the game, he's level 10, the first one to do so.
Yeah, he's just playing his own game. This is very bizarre. Usually it's him playing with his team and Sammy Boy being the one on his own, but this OD, he's giving infinite space so far.
And Bane is going to see Z-Freak charging over.
Top tower is under attack.
Canceled anyways, though. But yeah, OD's now pressuring the tower up the top lane, and obviously not the greatest at hitting buildings necessarily. Ravage is ready for death. He did just use imprisonment, but it's coming off cooldown quickly.
And OD is smoking this Tidehunter every time he comes up. Just slamming him with an arcane orb, stealing more int. Tide getting pretty stupid pretty quickly.
Really is, actually. It's down to 22 right there. So that's Sanity's Eclipse. Bound to do plenty of damage right now.
Yeah, OD with 55. Starting to tick down.
You're going to see Tidehunter coming back up, and if he gets a TP, could possibly
I
get
don't
a
even
kill.
know if he gets TP. Oh, here's TP from Limp.
Here it comes, and oh yeah, they're baiting this for sure. The Ravage even coming out. Can they kill him in time before the 10 is Eclipse? No, the Arcane Orb auto attack to banish. There's the Eclipse. He gets the kill first. However, OD will fall, so you knew it eventually was coming. But they do kill Ryo. Yeah, that's a big kill for complexity.
Is under attack. Dire are scanning.
Yeah, punishing him playing this solo game, but I'm sure Death was like, "Come on, guys,
Radiant's bottom tower is under
just a little
attack.
sooner."
And that's what he sounds like. Honestly, don't know. So.
No
Radiant's
clue.
bottom
I
tower
100%
has
doubt that he sounds like that.
Nusham, level 3 Sandstorm. Yeah, he's just passing him the Caustic Finale. Of course, makes sense. Being a support hero technically this game. Tidehunter will come back to the bottom lane, and Blink Dagger is still going to be a bit off. Wonder if he goes to Blink.
Nusham gets a Blink Dagger at 13 minutes because he had all that time in the top lane. That is a very fast timing.
Oh, yeah.
And enable them to actually start taking fights much earlier than the Lion has a Blink, much earlier than the Tide has a Blink. So now Team actually has the superior initiation.
Another smoke play. Again, Sammy Boy's part of it on Terrorblade. He's got the meta ready. Sunder as well. Heading towards middle. They would like to find Tinker, of course, but that's a very difficult task. He's going to TP back to the middle lane as I say that. They're pinging him out. Yep. I'd love to catch him. Sand King the Blink. There's the Burl Strike. It hits. Equilibrium is up. The laser coming out. Limp. Can he TP away? Or just as much damage as possible, I guess. They do kill Tinker. Nusham. The Sunder coming out. Sammy Boy just in case, but he dies. Oh, boy. I mean, kind of kept Sand King alive, I guess, but dies for it. Z-Freak.
The altruistic Sunder comes back to haunt him as many a time to the likes of Eternal.
Yeah, I mean, these carry Terrorblades got to stop doing that, man. I mean, you can't sacrifice yourself just for the support hero.
It is interesting, though. It does kind of feel like Team is looking at this game as if Terrorblade is not their position 1 because of the Tinker, and they're playing OD as that one that's going to carry them. And Terrorblade will simply provide building damage when they need it.
Yeah,
so kind of an interesting approach.
And it makes sense, though. Again, that's adapting to the game, right? It's not your every single game. You don't necessarily need to do the same exact thing. So why not? You mentioned the Tinker pick being the biggest issue, if anything. So go OD instead as farm priority on him, and it is showing. Kaya, he's going to have the Kaya and Yasha, as the game calls it, I think. Yes.
Yep, closing in on that, and especially once he gets like BKB in either a Hurricane Pike or a Blink Dagger, he's going to be able to catch the Tinker and kill him himself.
Tinker, rockets coming through from the distance. Banish is put up. They lose Bane with a crit. Surge apply to Ryo. Get him out of here, says Brax. Puts down the wall, gonna slow them down as well. More rockets flying in, but rest are fine. Newsham, he's still stuck. Where's the Sunder? No, he's in trouble. Oh my god, he's out of range of the March though, and he barely lives again. He's gonna be able to blink away. Whew.
Playing on the edge. There's a charge onto the Darkseer, but Z-Freak gonna cancel.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Dire's structures are fortified.
So OD goes right to the top lane, delivering out the Yasha. In full. How's Phantom Assassin doing? Alright, almost has a Demon Edge. So her Battle Fury's getting close.
Yeah, not the best timing, not the worst. He is 2-1 and 0, 100 last hits at 16 minutes into the game. 0 crits on Brax. This will be a crit here. That pseudo RNG gonna pay off. You don't crit for 7 or 8 attacks, you can pretty much expect one on the next one.
Tower is under attack.
A good find in Darkseer. And they'll transition that into the bottom tier 1 tower. He has enough for the Demon Edge now. He's just going to go to the shop and purchase it, or he thought about it at least. Wants a couple more last hits before he does. Bane is setting up with a Fiend's Grip ready. And if he gets some TP support, this Phantom Assassin could be in trouble. Spearbreaker's charging elsewhere. He's going through the middle lane. He sees Terrorblade. He's going top lane, though. And
Terrorblade coming over. He's going to run into PA here.
Phantom Strikes gets out. It looks like Ixmac was actually hunting for him. Unable to find him, though. So the tower will stay alive.
Radiant's top tower has been denied.
Top lane. They jump. That would be Z-Freak. Can he get out? He sure can. Never mind. Hammer comes down. It's a big cooldown, but does get the kill when they weren't going to.
Radiant's middle tower.
Yeah, remember, this is essentially the carry in this game.
Radiant's
every kill important.
Terrorblade is found though, and that's a finger of death. So 2 charges for Lion now, plus 100 damage.
Radiant's middle tower has been denied.
Tinker does have his Blink Dagger online now, so much harder to catch.
Sand King's hiding. Death, he saw him go in here, I think. Yeah, he's going to find him. Now Newsham could be in trouble. The Banish. Fun Tidehunter. Sand King still hiding in the trees. It's not worth a Ravage.
Double damage.
Oh, what's going on over here? That's another strike going to be used. Bane is caught rotating over. He has a sleep. He's going to throw that up on a Phantom Assassin. There's a Ravage, though, and down goes PA. They catch OD as well. Can he get Prism himself? Yes, he can at the last second. Is it enough in time? Darkseer puts the wall down. The Vacuum in on top of the Emissary. He surges out. The OD on top of that. Death is more than likely going to fall as Z-Freak goes down too. Here comes the meta form of Sammy Boy. Tinker spamming from a distance, as you'd expect, but they lose the PA and Tidehunter in the midst of the fight. They also lose Z-Freak, who was trying to run away. That timing was so perfect. The Astral Imprisonment came in a clutch time, and Darkseer's combo. That was pretty.
Yeah, great teamwork by Newsham and Brax there to save that fight. Roya almost going down. Really needs to get this BKB before he can fight into the Tinker and the Tidehunter, but at that point he becomes pretty unstoppable until the PA gets a lot more farm.
Yeah, and he's well on his way. He's got an Ogre Axe, 1,300 gold saved up. So BKB very realistic here in the near future. Terrorblade's also going one of his. Help answer, of course, this Tinker, who's no doubt getting plenty of farm now.
Pipe complete on Brax.
Great item this game. Pretty necessary against a Tinker. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, Tidehunter. So Tidehunter does go the Blink Dagger. And I don't know, how do you feel about that? Because I'm sitting here and thinking they could really use the auras themselves, and things like the Guardian Greaves even, or Pipe, Crimson Guard, whatever on that sense, because I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it was necessary this game, I suppose.
Wages of fear.
That's a little hard to say. Right now, he's just queuing up the refresher immediately afterwards, so just relying strictly on the Ravage and the team fight to carry them forward, win them these team fights, lock down enough for PA to kill everybody. PA going for the BKB next. It's going to come down to that initiation. because the BKBs will be online for the Terrorblade and the OD, and if they get double Ravage before the BKB, the fight's over. But if they can pop them, then Death is basically a useless hero.
Yeah. Well, so it's more of an all-in style. Tinker middle lane working on the Aether lens. You think he goes for the axe this game? Or is he going to go for more upfront burst, something like a Dagon?
It's going to be hard to say. I think the next few minutes are going to determine what direction he goes. Ags, obviously very good against Terrorblade. He does queue it up. Maybe not making the read that Terrorblade isn't actually the bigger threat. It seems like maybe... I mean, even so, Ag's good against OD as well.
Yeah, still a good item. They're going to catch IX Mike. Zephyr was charging on through. The Darkseer wall goes down. Vacuum pulls in Miracle. The epicenter on top. Right on top of the wall. The Sanity's Eclipse. Laying down the hammer. Gets the kill on PA. Zephyr trying to charge back in. Brax, he surges away. They take out Nusham with a finger of death eventually.
Ravage was used, though, and Roya was not hit by it at all.
Coming back in. Oh,
he
that surge.
Z-Freak, he also did.
Stupid animation, man.
Oh, he gets away.
Is he? No, not so dead. He's out. Charge pretty good. But yeah, surging out the OD.
Gotta love it.
And now middle lane. Z-Freak runs into Terrorblade and ported in, pops meta. Couple of auto attacks. Oh, Bulldoze stays alive. They want, double damage though in front of Roshan. You know they're going to go for it now.
No, 100%. No Ravage. They don't have Sanities, but they don't care.
Yeah. No, they just use meta.
Go down very quickly. Limp could get down and lay down some marches, but he's not going to get there in time.
They're coming. Cell Sunder, BKB ready to go. It seems dangerous for compLexity. Try to force something.
Roshan has fallen.
Sammy Boy does pick it up. Z-Freak was charging in, but obviously going to cancel before he gets there. Yeah, with the BKB.
Merkel's struggling. He's still quite a ways away from the BKB, and it shows. He just is like paper in these fights.
And it's a case, too, where BKB for him isn't really going to be an answer. Still have the Fiend's Grip locked down, still have plenty of damage that goes through. But he is going for it. That's still necessary. Tinker, yeah, he has queued up the Ags.
OD has the Shivas queued up next. Very good item against PA. Provides a huge amount of int as well. Also pretty good at finding Tinker in the woods. So I'm really liking this OD pick this game.
Yeah, no forced out for Blink, though, to try to catch up to the Tinker. That's the one thing that I'm noticing about his build that could be a bit concerning. Because we've seen Tinker in these fights already that have happened. He's just able to sit back there without much of a threat, it seems like. Yeah,
that is true. At the same time, if you look at compLexity's lineup, they do have a Spirit Breaker and a Tidehunter, all of which you want to jump forward. And so Roya is happy to let them jump in and then just Sanity's Eclipse on top of them. Doesn't really need to catch these heroes if they're coming to him. But yeah, the Tinker will become more and more of a problem if they don't him. But they do have Nusham, who, has a Blink Dagger. And is going for a Force Staff next. He's going to be able to find Tinker in the tree pretty easily.
30 move speed talent picked up by Ryoya as well at level 15. See that with the Tranquil, he's running at 486 movement speed. Then we've seen the surge on top of that. How he flies and zips around.
Yeah, it's actually pretty nuts. And he can farm Ancient Stacks now with this new AoE Arcane Orb. That's ridiculous. This hero seems quite strong.
That become more and more evident. But despite the initial reaction, most certainly one that could start seeing appearances from, and competitive play at least.
Is under attack.
Terrorblade queuing up a Blink. Again, continues this idea that he's not this hard carry. He's not the position one.
Dire's top tower
finishes S and Y. They want to jump in and create chaos. Get a good center target off. Pop Reflection.
Yeah, and he'll still do his job. He'll still take down towers. He still can become the hard carry, but he doesn't need to be yet.
Down here, that was Tinker. Blinking out, though. Or any chance of catching him. Bane hiding nearby, hoping that maybe they get lucky. We'll see if Tinker does go back in or not. But with OD and Terrorblade showing, probably not. Too risky.
Radiant's bottom tower
Miracle
is under
farming
attack.
top. Getting
Dire's
closer
top
to that
tower is
BKB,
under
but
attack.
needs a few more creep camps. Tier 2 bottom falls. Uncontested.
Dark Sierra mentioned the pipe from earlier. Guardian Greaves on him. Heavy aura build. They smoke up in the Radiant jungle. They were not seen. There is no vision there. From compLexity.
Dire's top tower is
They
under
get
attack.
scanned, however.
though, jeez. That was really perfect.
OD.
Yeah.
885 movement speed.
Flapping those wings.
I was meant to have this.
They'll get all 4 bounty runes again, and now have a 5,000 net
Dire's
worth
top
lead
tower
currently.
is under
Take
attack.
a look at the chart. And compLexity has had their favorites throughout this game, but ever since on the 20-minute mark, it's been dipping a bit in favor of Team. 5,000 now. See OD leading the way, working on that side still. 2,200 gold saved up. This line +3 now, so 150 damage on top. Working on
You
that
really love
thing.
this new finger mechanic.
Yeah, I keep an eye on it, man. I assume it doesn't factor in, so when I look at the Finger of Death, it's just the base damage. And then you add on the charges that he has. So
Nusha has caught Z-Freak.
can he charge out? He's going top. Oh, he's slowing down though, Caustic, and he gets pulled in by the vacuum.
Dire's top tower is under
More
attack.
intelligence for OD. And Z-Freak's out for another 40 seconds.
Can you imagine if they made Arcane Orb like Slark's Essence Shift? He just became the new Silencer and also stole it.
Never know, man. Might be the
Dire's
way they're
top
going.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, 3 different things were introduced this patch. Finger, the Slark, and
Dire's
Underlord.
top tower has fallen.
gonna become a thing. Yeah, that level 25 though, the Arcane Orb and Steel duration. That's down the line, we'll see.
Miracle is getting close to that Desolator. Needs one more Mithril Hammer. He's going to run into Samuboy up here, but they're just going to go their separate
Radiant's
ways.
middle tower
This
is
Tide
under
Hunter
attack.
closing in on the Refresher. And he is kind of their main form of initiation at this point. Blink Dagger is still a bit off from the Lion.
Yeah, I mean, Tidehunter has been farming decent, and you mentioned the Refresher, it's 30,000 gold saved up, so he will have double Ravage, and you know, if this game does continue to go on, and very possible for level 25s to really start kicking in, that's that cooldown reduction that he could pick up. He's going to be a Ravage machine at that point.
250 damage with your Anchor Smash that attacks everybody. Thank you very much.
I suppose there's that too. Something tells me he likes the CDR though.
25% is pretty high.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
They run into each other. Hello!
And
Awkward engagement.
They run away. They're not the fans of one another. So obviously with the reclaim, another 2.5 minutes before Roshan's up. Team just trying to take control of the map. On the Radiant side, Terrorblade will find a double damage rune over here, which he pings out. He doesn't actually pick up. Just leaves it for now. I assume somebody's coming over to get it, though. Yeah, the bottle on Brax. He'll come bottle it up. Or give it up.
Rather drop it for Sammy Boy. And this could translate into a tier 2. Although Sammy Boy just continuing to farm. He's going for that Scotty next.
Dire's bottom tower
Has the
is
Blink
under
Dagger to
attack.
close the gap. Follow up.
Yeah, Limp's got the gold for the Ags. Limp hasn't really been able to push the greatest, though.
He's mostly just been in D-push duty.
Yeah.
He's keeping these waves out in the bottom and mid while his team plays around top. He's farming pretty well, though, but still being surpassed by this OD, which is pretty surprising. Although this new Arcane Orb, we keep talking about it. That's what it's all about. If you can clear creep waves fast, you can immediately become a strong hero.
All right, so he has the Ags now picked up middle lane. Phantom Assassin. It's fine. Almost has her Desolator, by the way, but staying alive here. Level 20 is just around the corner, too. Stifling Dagger triple. Nope, new shop.
Radiant's middle tower.
We're sitting under this ward, so.
Okay. Oh, yeah, they definitely know.
compLexity very aware of what Team is doing. It's going to be revealed.
Inscript, there's the Ravage coming out. OD popped his BKB, but the big crit hits him. Drops to about half life. They picked up Lion, Bane dead as well, so an eye for an eye on the supports. New shot ready to go back in there with the BKBs. Running their duration, wearing off. Double damage on Terrorblade, by the way, too. So it's best for compLexity to stay safe, and obviously Tinker just continues to do his thing from the uphill.
Second Ravage is available. Only popped one because the BKBs did come out.
I don't know if he showed that yet, by the way, if he just got the refresher after the fight.
No, he had it in his inventory.
Did he? Okay.
Yep.
I'll take your tribute.
Either way, it's not going to catch them off guard.
Very uneventful engagement there, despite the fact.
Might kill top. No, maybe not. He stuns out. He did not stun Limp, though, and finally another strike comes out. However, Tinker managed to blink in time. He's going to get away. Nothing to stop him. Terrorblade cannot. And charge out from Z-Freak. Another Ravage down here. They catch OD. He threw down the hammer, but it wasn't enough. And Z-Freak's still in. Back Dykes. Mike is going to die. Sammy Boy comes back in with a surge and throws up Reflection. And then Jets on out. But yeah, didn't even see the rest of the team support coming in there.
Dire's middle tower.
And Darkseer, he's gone by the Hex. There's Spike. A Ravage this time around, though, but...
Limp recharging. He's going to come back in here. Oh, no, he's going to go push out bottom. So they disengage. But yeah, the OD kill is pretty big. So Ravage on cooldown for 2 minutes. Refresher on cooldown for 2 minutes as well.
There's that window now from Team that they have, but Roshan is up. So if you're a team, I got to think that's appealing, right? You have double Ravage that's on cooldown. Not going to be better chances, it feels like. I suppose a pick would be nice too, but... OD's up in 5, we'll see.
As the Shiva's queuing up a Hex Neck. Does seem like maybe a mobility item would be useful. He is relying pretty heavily on that high movement speed, which is pretty insane.
And they are going to go for that Roshan expected. Again, Ravage down. It's enough of a reason to do so. Radiant scans them.
They're going to head over.
What is
KP available. They do have the Tinker here as well.
Still 45 seconds before Ravage is ready. But yeah, Tinker, that is true. He can still be annoying. Oh, well, okay. No Ravage, but got Anchor Smash as opposed to BKB. Pop from Royo. The pull back into the vacuum. Arcane Orb's doing plenty, but the crits popping out from Miracle. Sunder on a Z-Freak from Samuel, back to full life. Miracle is going for that OD, beelining for him. Pops the Astral Imprisonment with not much life. The triple Stifling Dagger, but PA is dead in the midst of it. Too much damage from Terrorblade. She buys back, as does Spearbreaker. They do not want to give this up, does compLexity. Bane also buys back on the other side. However,
have to go in right now.
Yeah, Titan are staying dead. His Ravage is coming up, going on 6 seconds, but of course,
Sammy Boy getting very low.
Cannot buy back. Roshan's gonna fall. Sammy Boy picks up the Aegis as he dies, so it's gonna come back up. The cheese is still there as well. Who snatched it up as Z-Freak goes into no man's land. He's gonna be taken out. Tinker now has to get out as Sammy Boy's in hot pursuit. Falls back to the base. Really was. I don't know who got the cheese. Oh, it looks like OD does.
And 3 buybacks expended, but only One support on the side of Team, Mike, Ix Mike.
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 Dire's bottom
Buyback,
tower is
but the
under
miracle
attack.
buyback is huge.
Radiant's middle tower
PA
is under attack.
falling farther and farther behind where
Radiant's
she'd like to
middle
be.
tower has fallen.
Terrorblade now top net worth.
Yeah, his MKB, he was dealing plenty of damage right there. He saw Phantom Assassin in the midst of the fight, and she was beelining towards that OD, which is understandable, but that meta form of Terrorblade was just doing the same thing to him. Obviously, Terrorblade won that battle in the end, but also compLexity, again, in hindsight, mentioned going in. That's the reason they went for Roshan, was because they knew double Ravage was on cooldown. And you could just tell the difference.
Death jumped in just to be a body. He able to get the early BKB pops, but ended up just kind of feeding his life away, and they lost the fight anyway. So
Double Ravage is ready. Got to be careful to choosing your engagement if you're team. OD. Oh, a BKB reaction.
No.
Sanity's Eclipse goes down, but he blinked away before as he popped the refresher. That was a very interesting interaction. So both sides end up using a pretty big ultimate there.
they have Ravage again.
A hell of a reaction from Ryoya. I believe they saw them. So we had that information at least, but still. Goes back to, yeah, it's not that instant hit, it's the waves.
Yeah. Now the blink up on the line, definitely a better form of initiation. I'd much rather just commit a Hex as opposed to a Ravage to start a fight.
There's a Tinker Ward down here, by the way. Appropriately named this game, especially. Placed by Team. Bane's hiding him out, just waiting to see if he does show up. Looks up top. The Scythe is 4,100 gold saved up, so that will be coming. The multiple sheeps from him. OD's also working on his. The Mystic Staff's purchased.
Mike's still hiding
Yeah,
in the trees.
If he comes bottom, he's probably dead.
And there's plenty of follow-up for this Fiend's Grip.
It is tempting right now, but nobody is showing, so Lim's playing it smart. Where's he going? He's going back top lane. He has support up here. Yeah, he's just going to keep pushing that out for now. So how patient will Team be?
That is the question. Tinker does have buyback.
Where is he going? Back top. Yeah, he's just going top over and over again.
He's going to try and force them to respond to this top wave before he even thinks about going bottom.
Well, isn't that something? Pew, pew, pew. Better luck next
That
time.
voice line.
And he knows. He knows that they're...
Those mind games. Darkseer almost has a blink dagger, by the way. But yeah, back to the top lane yet again. And so far from Team, nobody is responding to it. They're eventually going to have to. That creep wave getting close to their base. Terrorblade has got an Eye of Scotty now. Yeah, Terrorblade, I mean, he's been top farm in the game for a while now. 23,000 net worth. So OD was that earlier on, but it's now been the Terrorblade show at
Radiant's
this point.
bottom tower is under attack.
But on the other side,
Roya, still a threat. He's definitely slowed down quite a bit. Not done with his Hex yet.
yeah, the Hex on Tinker, absolutely a big item, of course. Being able to spam it. Yeah, look back at OD though, Ryoya. It's Scythe is great. He still feels like he could use that blink or the Forest Staff, the Hurricane Pike. Needs that kind of jump. Probably
Even
soon
pretty
after.
good disengage against the PA and Tinker as well.
Yep.
Death has the refresher off of cooldown now, so 2 Ravages.
Dire's middle tower is under
Teams
attack.
both just kind of opting to shove in the wave, reset, shove in the wave, reset. Neither one of them really feeling that comfortable taking a fight, unless it's completely on their terms right now.
Darkseer has the blink. Take a look at some levels. Terrorblade at this point is going to be the first one to hit 25. He just hit 24. Also has
And they're back to this spot. Camping the bottom lane.
So eventually he's got to come down here. And Tinker, he's got his team support up here at the top, so something tells me he's just going to keep doing the same thing. Seeing how disciplined is he?
Yeah, just waiting for Limp to go into auto, but so far it's not happening.
Not smoke. There is no vision down here from the Radiant side. It's just simply he is not falling for their trap. Although I think Team's tired of waiting. They're going to head towards the top lane. They're going to try to catch him up here now. It almost seems like they're going for it. Like, all right, fine. You want the top lane? We'll catch you up there. They already got their Tinker Ward.
The question is, do they split it up? Do they put 3 top and 2 bottom and cover their bases in that way? There's a haste picked up by Roya.
And now Limp is being extra patient. Nope, cancels. As he sees Terrorblade at the top lane now. Just gonna stay until he feels safe. Wow, he pinged exactly where the Tinker were. I guess it's not that crazy. I mean, it's really the only spot, so. Here comes 3 for 3. There you go. Yep, that's what we thought. Good heads up.
Has enough gold for that Hex.
It's good there to buy it, but yeah, 20 seconds before Roshan could spawn. Tinker again needing to get to the shop. You have Terrorblade over here. There is a ward, an observer ward even on the shop.
I will say, Tinker has spent a lot of time killing creeps, but he hasn't gotten a whole lot of experience. He's falling pretty far behind, actually, in experience. He's behind the Tidehunter even. And that missile mini stun seems pretty valuable.
So Terrorblade does get the Sunder cooldown over the 300 attack range.
Yeah, he has the mobility from the Blink Dagger and the Boots of Travel. And as a result, we'll be jumping into the fight. Z-Freak going for a BKB of his own on the Spirit Breaker. Looking to just be more disruptive.
My soul is replenished.
BKB finished on Nusham as well. Just really itemizing to counter this Tinker. They know that, and that Ravage, of course. Those are really where all the eggs are in terms of complexity's basket.
That big basket they got.
Big circular complexity basket.
3,000, 3,300 gold even on Phantom Assassin. So yeah, the Abyssal Blade looking pretty juicy right now. There's the Scythe finally purchased by Tinker. Has enough for a buyback still, just enough. In fact, did the math, and they're chasing. Bane, catch him. Going in on Darkseer in the backlines as well. Fight indeed, the rocket spam coming. Bane, he will survive it though, and now Spirit Breaker is the one that's caught. BKB committed by Sammy Boy. The vacuum's not going to connect, but oh, one more attack needed. He gets it. And after that engagement, all that dies is Z-Freak on the Spirit Breaker.
And AoE Surge by Brax is giving Team a massive amount of mobility.
Oh, the 20 talent, yeah.
Look at this.
That is crazy. Charging in. Roshan up in 10 seconds.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Tier 2 top tower first. Metaform probably going to wear off by the time they would even attempt a Roshan here. But again, there's a double Ravage, so it's not the easiest thing to do either. Yeah, let's say we surge, but how it works now.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
There's the
4-second downtime. So they're pretty much all at like 800 movement speed.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And they see Roshan's up. Oh, double damage.
Thanks, Gaben.
Yeah, it's like
Radiant
Roshan
are
attempt. Okay, the
scanning.
scan, it hits as if they're doing Roshan, and now it's not, though. So, yeah, they're aware that they're definitely not committing to Roshan. But no doubt scared, as the map is very dark for them now. Just got this Observer Ward down here in the middle. They gonna smoke up here. Yep. Equilibrium already popped. There's a surge. One caught Spirit Breaker. New Sham, a little bit of discoordination though.
Grip on Miracle.
To go. The Ravage for the BKB. The Sanity's Eclipse. Lion's already dead. They get the kill on a PA. She has a buyback. There's a refresher used from Death. He blinks out though. They're going to be out Lion. God, that surge. All together.
Yeah, Miracle still has BKB. He died so fast that he wasn't able to use anything. 17k net worth for Team.
Yeah, that Eclipse very good against VA. Phantom Assassin.
Invisibility.
This is not looking good for complexity right now.
No.
I was meant to have this.
BKB reactions have also been pretty clutch. Another case of where he goes for the Ravage, and in that case, OD able to avoid it. Good Roshan. Spear Breaker's going to charge on through. Oh, got him. Sleep does catch. And now the stun and Z-Freak. Well, he tried. BKB committed by Usham as the Ravage does hit, and they get the kill on OD this time. The crit comes through. Buyback from OD, though. Sand King trying to find his target. PA going out on Terrorblade. Terrorblade's low. He has a Sunder. He cannot get it off, though. No, the lockdown too much. He buys back there. Everyone's coming back to the fight. Tinker in the midst of it. No mana left. He has to blink out as he does. And TP back to base. Sand King dies. He will buy back, too. So everyone is up right now. Just a matter of buybacks.
And they go right back into the pit. No Ravages available.
And they commit the Metamorphosis.
They're just going to give this up.
Yeah. It's a little too scary now. So refresher and cheese, or refresher and Aegis going to OD. They're going to give up the cheese eventually to somebody else. Pain has it now.
Complexity going to look to try and take a fight, maybe as far away from the base as possible around this bottom tier 2. But they're definitely going to be sticking together. Miracle just went off in that fight, as PAs tend to do at this stage in the game.
Yeah. Level 25, 5% coup de grace.
Refresher, though, on OD, that means double sanities, double hex, double KB, double... It's a pretty scary prospect to fight into. And they have no Ravages for the next 60 seconds. But Sammy Boy just farming. He's not looking like they're actually going to push.
Surge, though, allows him to move quickly.
Tinker Gaming. 343.
Yeah. It's got to be a scary spot to be in.
Just playing the human ward. There is a courier coming down this way.
Watching their vision.
The wind carries me.
Nope, they aren't going to see him. So he'll be fine. Refresher just picked up by Phantom Assassin. All right.
And he has 2 rapiers queued up as well.
Because why not? Yeah, Abyssal Blade BKB. Sure, the big reasons for that. Of course.
Yeah, really needs to be able to kill whoever he goes on. Otherwise, the fight is going to be pretty unwinnable.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. That's all I can think of whenever I see this. Terrorblade AC is finished. Trying to tank up even more against that Phantom Assassin.
Yeah, 54 armor.
Top lane, that's Tidehunter up here. He's even got his own Ghost Scepter now. So with the Aegis, the Cheese, the Shard, Team is still not really pushing too aggressive. They are pushing in the lane bottom. Terrorblade is trying to push out the lane top. Obviously, complexity strategy is to stall that as much as possible, and especially with Tinker to do so. But Limp spending a lot of time in the fountain, and you know, for good reason. Not
yeah, there's no buyback. No buyback on Terrorblade, PA, OD. Tinker is 1,000 gold short. No buyback on Sand King, Spirit Breaker, or the Bane. So we're probably going to be sitting here for a while while we wait for those. Remember, this is the last game that either of these teams will play before going to the minor.
Yeah. It's completely understandable. The pace is definitely slowing down, especially in this series. From last game to this game. With what is on the line. Make sure you do everything, of course. Go to a big event. Would be a big deal for both of these teams, no doubt.
Maybe the first land for Team.
Yeah.
And compLexity with this new roster. They obviously had the one appearance at the DreamHack minor, but any amount of DPC points is going to help their cause.
What's
going on over here? That was a Radiant scan. Just hits them going for the 50-minute bounty rune. There's a double damage down here that's pinged out now. I'm sure the guy's coming down to get it, as apparently his blur is bugged. Okay. Just as confused as we are. It goes away when he uses it on our base.
Weird.
That is interesting.
Your team says that's because we're shadow amuleted in your base.
Yeah.
And then they all pop out and kill them.
Yeah, as we can see, that shouldn't be the case, but I guess, oh well, hopefully, I don't know if it doesn't feel like that's something a reconnect's going to fix, but
sounds more of like a server-side issue.
Yeah. I'll keep an eye on that, I guess. See if we can catch it next time, but he just gave away he's in the base. Shocker.
Yep.
Alright, the unpause and this double damage rune. Looks like, well, Terrorblade already has a double damage rune active.
Why not have two?
Yeah. Double the double damage. 4 times the damage. Is that how it works? Probably not.
Double damage.
So D picks up his. So both cores now have a double damage active. Okay. They're just going to run through the Radiant jungle. We're looking at compLexity, though. I mean, they're camping. They're AFK.
Yep.
Dire are scanning.
They're not.
Limp. Just sitting in the fountain. 343, reading Reddit.
All right. They are going to smoke, though. Blur's active. Pushing out that middle lane. Double Ravage is ready. See team on the top side, though. They're going to group on this hill once again. They did this last time. It looked like they were, at least, but never mind.
I mean, I think they probably saw that crit dagger come out mid.
Oh, yeah, they gave away.
Yeah, they immediately ping up this bottom lane as well. And Ice Mike says, play around these two wards, guys. This is where we should play the game. Just total stalemate right now. BKBs or buybacks are coming back up very soon for most of the key heroes.
Yeah, I've had it on the top for a while, but yeah, a minute and a half about. So in about 2 minutes, not only will the buybacks be up, but Roshan could potentially be up too. So we're just going to do another round of Roshan with buybacks ready.
Brax has a Blink Dagger now and a gem. He's going for a Lotus Orb next.
Radiant's top tower is under
Deciding
attack.
between that and a BKB. Opting for the Lotus Orb. Pretty good against the Tinker Hex. One of the best ways to counter that hero at this point in the game.
Yeah, I guess we didn't really analyze it too much, but what do you think about the PA refresher? Because to me that seems like a backpack item, if anything. Technically, he still has another slot.
Yeah, it seems a little early, but at the same time, it is kind of in that spot where he needs to be able to just like jump on the OD and bash him down. And the OD is pretty tanky, so he wants to be able to refresh the Abyssal Blade and that BKB as well. So I think it's okay.
Yeah. At this rate, he potentially will have another item anyways to make it a backpack item. Yeah, buybacks are starting to come off cooldown for nearly everyone. Again, about 30 seconds. That'll be the case for sure. There's still a Refresher Shard on Devour. Refresher Orb being built by Devour. Oh, Outworld Devour, that is.
Yeah, we haven't seen any nullifiers picked up recently. I don't know if it's just a dead item according to these guys or what, but that is something that you would normally see on a hero like a PA that wants to dive in and kill somebody.
I'm trying to remember, did nullifier get changed? It doesn't really look. Oh, well, they're going to engage. OD bashed on up. There's one Ravage. The sleep, though, helping things out. And in the midst of being bashed around, OD cannot move this whole time. The bash to the double Ravage comes out, and he does die 2 minutes. He has a flyback, though. The pull in with a vacuum on top of the wall. Terribly in the meta form. However, he's going to be hexed up for Tinker. You see the laser bouncing around. OD buys back again. He's looking to come back to the fight as soon as possible. Death with this double Ravage on cooldown. He's attempting to TP out. Now, can they stop him? Mike's Mike going for it. He cannot. The Sunder from Sammy Boy up on top of Z-Freak. He is dead. PA, of course, buying back herself. So that start looked pretty for complexity. The double Ravage, they locked down OD, but Phantom Assassin ended up going down as well.
Yeah, and OD actually has everything up because he died without being BKB, Hex, or use the Sanities. Sammy Boy doesn't have his BKB, and he may be in trouble here, but OD is at full strength.
Want to get some chase, but he'll Sunder his teammate. And he'll be fine. DP's away, so finally a big clash.
Rosh is up.
And exactly, Rosh up. The buyback situation now is both Phantom Assassin and OD is buyback, so going to be on cooldown. Lion as well as part of that list. Not as crucial.
OD and PA being the big ones. But even if PA, or even if OD goes down, they still have the Tinker not.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, Tinker doesn't have quite the same carry potential, at least as far as ending the game.
Yeah. OD, or no, excuse me, PA didn't even use the Refresher Orb that he had built there, so clearly I was watching the Outward Devour go down in that fight, but if he just simply killed himself too quickly or what.
Yeah, Miracle just got full duration Fiend's Grip.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Roshan has fallen.
Oh yeah, with the Enfeeble on top perhaps. That duration is insane.
And nobody canceled IX Mike's Fiend's Grip. They were all playing kind of around limp spam, and so PA was just a little bit too far out.
Tidehunter did get the cooldown reduction. So that Ravage, double Ravage even, is ready to go for him at this point.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
No free rapier
Pressure on Terrorblade though. He's got that double damager and still. Lotus Orb coming up as he gets hexed. Against the rockets, the laser, the charge to pull him in, but it's not going to work. Going right for the racks and see a melee racks. There's the initiation from Death. The Ravage coming out, the Finger of Death. They do kill Terrorblade in time.
They burn both Ravages. Lose the melee racks, but TV is dead. So we're going to see another reset here.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
I am actually surprised they gave the Aegis to OD, honestly. Especially at that point. I mean, Terrorblade's your Sieger.
Yeah, no buyback on OD.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Double Ravage used for that. Jeez, I didn't even see the second one. Used it quickly. Phantom Assassin, Divine Rapier. Here we go. Not yet, but it's queued up.
It kind of feels like you need something to break this game open. They really... complexity has not left their side of the map in about 15 minutes.
No, they haven't. Nope. So as much as they can hold, it's... yeah, how do they win the game? is that ultimate question, and obviously trying to capitalize off a lack of a buyback, but this is where it gets dangerous because if you're team, you're not forcing anything. Like they could just sit back and wait for OD and his buyback to be ready and make sure that they don't overcommit because they are not in a rush to finish this game right now. As odd as that sounds, as we're an hour in. They are not.
Yeah, they're going to take the slow, methodical approach. Keep the lane shoved. Get Sammy Boy back with meta. He still has buyback. They're going to slowly walk down a lane. They're going to 3 tower into the march and missile spam. And then they're going to reset and do it again. Over and over and over until the game ends.
3 hours later. Longest Dota game ever. I'm up for it.
Yeah, getting pretty late where you are, huh?
I'm good. East Coast represents. Yeah, I'm sure some of these players too, but obviously, you know, they're gamers, right? It's not that big of a deal.
This is when they're waking up usually anyway.
Yeah, just to start the grind, yeah. OD, he's even got an Aeon-Disc queued up. Look at his inventory there. He has a Refresher Shard, a Refresher Orb, a Cheese, and an Aegis. On Ryoya, that's ridiculous.
Pretty tanky. Let's take out these shrines now. Or at least attempt to.
Oh wow, they are very close to one another.
Yeah, Death does have a Shadow Blade, so extra initiation tool. Nushim. Oh my gosh, they are right next to each other.
Yes. A little surprised they haven't jumped yet. So, either side. They're TPing out, it sounds like. Okay. Oh, that's Tinker at least. Got strap pause. Where's Dark Series over here? Yeah, they no one's showing.
Disconnect or anything.
Yeah, no, I did genuinely think it could be a strap pause. Yeah, no one's showing. I'm checking the visions to make sure that they can't see them in this pause, but doesn't look like it. They're talking over what exactly they where they want to go from here. You see Tidehunter pinging out pretty much the exact location where they are. You got the heart on Sand King, and I almost feel like that's for a Sunder play potentially to heal on up Terrorblade if he needs it.
Yeah, it also just makes him super tanky. He can sit in the middle of the sandstorm forever, pretty much with that.
Well, so he has that, and I mean he's definitely getting the sandstorm slow and blind, right? Especially with a heart. Now with that new sandstorm.
Yeah, you'd think so.
That is really
good.
The
slow sounds really powerful, actually.
Yeah. That radius?
Yeah, definitely.
So he is almost there. As Bane did DC. This is probably not the most fun Spirit Breaker game. I mean, let's be honest. Really not a game where you're having fun. Although playing a Tinker in a game like this, that must be crazy. So much mind power as far as it's constantly the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, both teams. This is definitely going to be one of those where it's like the ending fight is just going to be super chaos and probably plenty of mistakes being made, but you know, the mental fortitude to grind through all these games with this much on the line is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And they reset, refocus, team. Gonna push out their bottom lane.
Anyone else? 25 we haven't looked at. Oh yeah, Parallel Wall picked up by Darkseer. So,
nice.
I don't even know if we've seen that come into play yet, to be honest, but either way, he has it now. Tinker, he went the heat-seeking missile mini-stun. Saw Tidehunter. I think that's it. I mentioned Sand King and the possibility there.
Spell lifesteal on the OD.
Yep. What's Lions? AoE Hex.
Yeah, that'll be taken. That will be taken. instantly dispels all of the Terrorblade illusions.
Now the question is, does Bane get the 7-second Fiend's Grip plus? Makes it a 12-second Fiend's Grip potentially.
Yeah, it is pretty ridiculous.
Shrine is under attack.
I mean, he did get the entire thing off last fight.
And you throw an Enfeeble up on them too, so that'd be like what?
Shrine has fallen.
You get the talent, 12 seconds.
Long enough.
Plus 6 at least, so 18 seconds, like 19-second Fiend's Grip potential. I mean, obviously it should never last that long, but one way or the other.
All right, Terrorblade, 45,000 net worth. He is very, very farmed. Does he have any slots left? Does he have full backpack? I'm working on it. Just has 12k gold in the bank. He has a 3,600 gold buyback.
Illusion.
He actually has 12k gold. Wow. Okay. What's the current gold button? T. Current gold. Yeah, he's up there. 6,800 on Tinker. 5,000 on PA. So
Double damage.
a lot of gold being saved up. Terrorblade just get another double damage.
Lots
Right?
of double damage.
There we go. BKB's going right for the tower. However, they still have fortification.
And no BKB available now.
Yeah. I mean, he knew that was up.
He has the refresher. He's just going to go for it again.
So, does he wait for the meta to... Okay, no, he's...
Nope.
Answer's no. BKB going in again, going for the tower. They charge him, though. They do not want to give this up for free. The bash, the Abyssal Blade reflected with a Sword on a Miracle as well. So he has to jump out. Out comes one Ravage. Second one not going to be used just yet in the back lines. Duchamp jumped in with the epicenter. They fell. Limp's in trouble at the BKB, though, and he blinks out. So he's going to be good for the time being. Hex up on a Sand King as well. Nobody death throw out just yet. Finally, Terrorblade is able to focus on the tower, though. Double Ravage. Okay, the second Ravage is still good for Tidehunter.
Are there two walls there? I can't tell.
It looks like it, actually, yeah.
Not very far apart.
Yeah, that is interesting, actually, but I believe there is. Those mini stuns coming in from the rockets, but yeah, no one died, right? No one even died the whole time.
No, just the Rax. Poor
Radiant's
Rax
bottom
does go
barracks are under
down.
attack.
And Team continues to just chip away. Chip away at Complexity's base, and Complexity continues to slowly lose this game.
Well, everyone actually has a buyback. Just nothing but yeses there. Dang.
They do have one Ravage, and Complexity, I feel like they kind of need to change something up, because sitting in their base, waiting to lose at this point.
Yeah. We gotta take a risk eventually. It's not pretty, I mean, but exactly. You're playing to not lose the game rather than playing to win at this point. Or who knows, maybe that's just us saying that because this game's lasting forever, but...
Another refresher put on Sammy Boy. He has the orb. I mean, they can just continue to go every time.
Enough.
I assume they'll just wait for meta to come off cooldown and then just go again with 2 extra metas and BKB charges.
20 seconds on Roshan. So probably, what is this, number 6? I don't know, who cares? It's Roshan number whatever, post 3.
IX Mike going for that Aether Lens, so you gotta believe that Fiend's Grip cooldown is coming as well, or the duration rather.
Well, the Tidehunter gets caught. The Burst kind of missed where their death is able to get off the ultimate,
Big
and
crit.
Bane is dying. The big crit indeed, but Ryoya eats the cheese. He'll be fine. He's going to be hexed up by Limp, though, with his own BKB. Well, Sammy Boy finds Limp. Limp has to be careful with the Terrorblade in his face. They're locking out Odie throughout. He can't sit down the clips just yet. They're bashing him left and right now. PA does fall, though, to the Terrorblade. He buys back immediately, as does Tinker. So both went down. Ryoya, he still has his Sanity's Eclipse. Looks like he might have used one with a refresher. But no doubt, Team coming out on top of the fight. Multiple buybacks used by Complexity. 3 in total. So yeah, again,
Just got cut out.
yeah. They lock down the OD, but Terrorblade is unstoppable. His damage is so intense.
And this Tide, he's still just a walking ultimate.
I'll take your tribute.
Contributes 2 nice stuns, which can be BKB'd, and after that, he's just a body soaking up damage.
Son of the Darks here. Going up. Yeah, not a very fast Roshan taking team. Said that before, but another example here. Gonna be easy in the end, though. Spirit Breaker has a Moonshard on him.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
That attack speed, more bash procs.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Sure.
attack.
I mean,
Why not?
he definitely gets the greater bash chance, right? Over the health, especially with this attack speed.
I mean, you need something. You need some way to continue to lock down the OD and the.
Yeah.
They're losing tier 3. They have no glyph.
There's the BKB. No fortification
Radiant's
means easy
middle
kill.
tower has fallen.
So as far as the mega creeps go, I mean, they still has plenty of racks up. Both the middle racks, you got the top range and the bottom ranged. So we're not at that level just yet. There's the refresher orb. He still has a shard. It's on a 40-second cooldown, though. The Hex is
Nice
himself,
Hex.
though. Now comes the Ravage from Death, but the Sanity's Eclipse melts him. He buys back immediately. He does have a second Ravage. Possibly coming out soon. BKB is limp, runs in, puts the laser up. The Hex up Terrorblade to sleep on top of that. Terrorblade gets bursted down the D-gun. He buys back. Going to be TPing back in with the bots level 2 in the back left. Ryoya gets locked in with the bash proc from Z-Freak. Z-Freak doing what he can on top, but the Fiend's Grip finally comes out, and that's going to be a kill onto Z-Freak. He's going to have a buyback, though, as well. They have another Sanity's Eclipse, by the way.
Glyph, too.
Are fortified.
And there's
Glyph
a
is pop.
fort.
Refresher shard in 15 seconds for Sammy Boy. Gonna wait for that for BKB and meta before he goes in. Nusham just tanking things with his heart.
Trying to get the melee axe. Death goes back in again. This time, no ultimate. The Finger of Death. I'm pretty sure he might have killed himself with the Lotus Orb. Anyway, Sunder onto OD. Saved by the Terrorblade for the time being. He has another Sunder coming back up. May use it on teammate. Anyways, he pops a refresher. He's going in with that Metaform. Z-Freak locking down Ryoya. It's not going to matter. Down goes Z-Freak. There goes the Rax. That Metaform doing work. Sammy Boy is still a little bit lower on life. Never mind. He pops a cheese. They go right for the top Rax as well. This will be Mega Creeps, and we finally might see the breakthrough from Team at this point. The horn is blowing. The Mega Creeps are spawning. And now it's tier 4 time.
Is under attack.
Team, are they going to the minor? It looks like it. 34,000 net worth lead. A last stand from complexity. Stun from Nushan, though.
Stun.
Stunning in. Miracle gets stunned as he jumps in. He's dead for 2 minutes.
Game over.
Death is going to fall, and that should do it. Tinker just spamming from the fountain, but it's a lost cause. GG, well played. Team will take game 3, and they're going to Bucharest.
And the triumphant return of Brax and IX Mike to a major. Ryoya, aka 747, also making another one finally. And Sammy Boy, I mean, he's been to WESG, but I think this is his first DPC event. So congratulations to him. Nusham started from Leviathan, and now he's here.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. No, obviously, fantastic effort from them. And again, they ended up playing a hell of a series here in the end. Obviously, complexity put up a fight, and it made it a very, very interesting series. We thought Team might have just rolled in today and continue that, especially even after the Game 1 victory, but complexity forcing the third game and making it a hell of a grind. Talk about their efforts. 8 games they had to play today, back-to-back, essentially. Took out 2 opponents, could not get through the third, though. They will fall short, but this new roster definitely helps, so we'll see how they continue to do as the season moves on. But yes, indeed, Team going to the minor. I know you mentioned major. It's a big event, I think is what you technically meant right there. But obviously,
I said major.
You did say major. So it is a minor, but again, it is still a very big deal, of course, part of the DPC, and absolutely means something to these guys. So big congratulations to them. I will say this. Please, for the love of God, get a sponsorship or a different team name. That's all I ask. But no, they are
Yes.
they're going deservingly so, and it is pretty cool to see some of these names, especially been around for a while. So congrats. But elevated. Whew, we are done.
Did it.
We did it. The grind. Had a feeling going into today it was going to be a longer day. Yesterday happened to be not too bad, despite 3 best-of-3s, but today it was a longer one, nearly a 10-hour cast here. But you know what? We got some fun Dota. I'm not disappointed by any means, and I am pleased in terms of the fun Dota that we did have here. So any last words from yourself, though?
I'm just I'm ready to see how these teams all stack up against each other. We've got some heavy hitters from the European region and OG and NIP being at this event. And so I'll be very interested to see how the rest of these teams stack up against them at the minor.
Yeah. I'm with you there. Definitely with you there. But obviously still about a month now to prepare. I'm sure they'll do just that, but enjoying themselves in the meantime. Absolutely deserving, and hopefully expecting to see, good success out of them moving forward. But again, compLexity just short. Still a good, valiant effort. Props to them in the competition. We are going to be wrapping up, though, from the North American region, at least, for our coverage. So I want to thank you guys, as always, for tuning in. That means between the major last week and the minor this week, it was a pleasure. And thank you so much, guys, for the opportunity. Looking forward to more as well as the season continues on. But one more time, I was BreakyCPK, joined by Elevated. Have a good night, guys. Congratulations one more time to Team as they're going to the Bucharest minor. We'll see you guys eventually. Have a good night.